Welcome back to E-Class of Artificial Intelligence. My name is Sanjay Sharma. So, children's last time we have learned algorithm, some flowchart. Okay, today we are going to discuss flowchart in details. So, flowchart is simply a graphical representation of steps, and basically it's required just all these symbols also, by which you can customize the things. Like this is process flow line. This is start and end symbol, process step, decision, input output, and document. You need to remember all these type of symbols and their meaning, why we use it. What are the advantages of flowchart? Last time we have learned basically this is the visual representation and visual impact more than text. It helps to clarify complex process. It helps team members gain a shared understanding of the process. It serves as basis of designing new process. So these are the advantages of flowchart. Then disadvantages are time consuming. It will take extra time because you need to draw some diagram also, this symbol also, or you require a specific software by which you can make some flowchart. Yes, of course, this is space consuming. Wherever you can write text in a single line, this symbols require more space basically to design this type of flowchart. Next, we have differences. We have already learned in the previous class. If you have still any query, we can discuss in Google Meet. Then control structure in algorithm and flowchart. The algorithm and flowchart include the following types of control structure. Sequence, here statement are placed one after the other and the execution take place starting from up to down. In both, in algorithm as well as in flowchart, we will write step by step. Okay, sequence wise, and it will be execute first then next. Okay, we will start from the top and continue to the end, and it will be in sequence mode. Okay, or execute it will be take place by first one, then second, then third, fourth, and so on. Then branching. In this control there is a condition, and according to a condition a decision of either true or false is achieved. In the case of true, one of the two branches explode, but in the case of false, other alternative is taken. For example, branching means you have a condition like for example, in a school we have in schools we have multiple rooms, and each and every room has a title, class 6 a, class 7 a, class 8 a, clear. So if you are moving to a room and if you are from the same class, then okay, you will go inside, else you will be come out, clear. Basically we are making a program in which students are going to join their class. Okay. For example, we have three students, one from class 5th, one from class 7, and one from class 8th. And there is no title mentioned on the outer area of the room. So each one of them will visit the first room. Okay. If the person is in the right class, he will be allowed to sit in the class. If not, go back and check the next room. So whenever we have a condition or we need to choose one, then they will be branching selection. We will choose A or B. A means inside and B means outside. A means true and B means false. If true, then this condition, next step. If false, back to the any step or other option, available option. Now, loop क्या है? The loop or repetition allows a statement to be executed repeatedly. मतलब if you want that any step will repeat at least 5 times or 6 times, then you require a loop or repetition. Clear? Now look at this example. Flowchart and algorithm to find the sum of two numbers. You are making a program. Okay. Program is the user will give you two numbers and you will find out the sum of these two numbers. So first of all, we are looking at algorithm. This algorithm, step 1, start. Step 2, input first number and say A. Step 3, input second number and say B. Step 4, sum equals to A plus B. Step 5, display sum, and step 6, stop. Now, if you are unknown, you will start. Input first number, you will enter 5. Okay, and this algorithm set this 5 to A. Then input second number and say B. You will enter 4, and this algorithm said this is B. Now sum equals to A plus B, means your first number, for example 4, and second number 5. Display sum. Sum is 9. Stop. This is algorithm. And flowchart, start, read A. Clear? Read B, calculate sum as A plus B. Print sum, end. In this start and end button or diagram or symbol is same. This process, read and AB is same. This process, clear? So this is flowchart, and that is algorithm. Clear? So today you will make some example of flowchart or algorithm. I will give some question. Now next one is pseudocode. This pseudocode is a detailed yet readable description of what a computer program or algorithm must do, expressed in a formally styled natural language. But algorithm and pseudocode is different. In algorithm, we are follow some rules. And rules means we have some writing language. But in pseudocode, this is readable description. Means you can write in your own language. Clear? So pseudocode is compact and informal. Informal means you are not going to write a start. You just write open, close in your own language in which you are comfortable. You can write your program. The main difference between an algorithm and pseudocode is that an algorithm is a step-by-step procedure to solve a given problem, while a pseudocode is a method of writing an algorithm. Pseudocode is a method of writing an algorithm, means you are making a rough draft in your own language. Then you will make a pseudocode, and finally then you will make algorithm on the basis of this pseudocode. Clear? Means rough work, like a rough work. Whenever you are going to rough work, you will write in your own language, in short language, sometimes in not in neat and clean handwriting. Clear? But finally when you are going to do it fair, you will write proper in language as well as in neat and clean handwriting with clean steps. Clear? The main difference between pseudocode and flowchart is that pseudocode is an informal, high-level description of an algorithm, while flowchart is a pictorial representation of an algorithm. First of all, you will write pseudocode, clear, in which you will write entire steps in your own language. Then, on the basis of this pseudocode, you can make your algorithm. And flowchart is a pictorial representation of an algorithm. For example, making a cup of tea. Organize everything together, or I can write collect the required instrument by which you can make a cup of tea. Plug in kettle, okay, or I can say power on kettle. Put tea bag in cup, or inside cup. Place your tea bag. Put water into kettle, or fill your water with kettle. Fill your kettle with water. Wait for kettle to boil water. Yeah, wait till water boil. Add water to cup. Remove tea bag with a spoon or fork. Add milk or sugar and serve. So this is pseudocode. You can write in your own language accordingly, but step by step. What are the advantages of using this pseudocode is, since it is language independent, it can be used by most programmers as it allows the developer to express a design in plain and natural language. Because we are writing in own language, in our language. Okay. So it's easier for programmer as well as the person, okay, to whom we are creating this program or software. It is easier to develop a program from a schedule code as a compared to the flowchart. Yes, it's always easy to write in your own language in own way instead of writing in any language or pictorial form. The uses of word and phrases is in pseudocode, which are in the lines of basic computer operations, simplify the translation from pseudocode algorithm to the specific programming language. Sometimes it's tough to basically write any, any code or any operation that is difficult to write in algorithm for language option. But we can easily write in pseudocode, and by whenever we are going to write a program, we can easily check and easily find out the solution for our problem. Unlike flowchart, pseudocode does not tend to run over many pages. Clear? If you are going to make a flowchart, it will take more than 5-6 pages. But it is easy; it can cover in on a one page. Yes. Since they are inclined more toward natural language, pseudocodes are self-documenting. They are easy to generate and maintain using simple word processor. Yes, easy to generate and self-documented as usual. Disadvantage again, the main disadvantage of using pseudocode is that it does not provide a visual representation, so it's tough to read the entire content. There are no accepted standard for writing pseudocodes. No standard. You can write in your own language. Okay, whatever you will write, it is pseudocode. The pseudocode cannot be compiled nor executed. You cannot directly compile this code. You need to change this code in the form of programming language, only then it will work. Clear? Did you know something special? What is it? I hope you have read this. Otherwise, just listen. Speak every language with real-time translation. Microsoft Tech can make your hologram speak another language. They have prepared a hologram, a 3D design, a 3D something hologram of your language who can speak many languages as well as translate it. Microsoft executive Julia White took the stage at the company's Inspire Partner Conference to demonstrate how it's now possible to not only create an incredibly lifelike hologram of a person, but to then make the hologram speak another language in the person's own voice. This demo was possible thanks to combination of two existing technology, mixed reality and neural text-to-speech, and it foreshadows a future in which tech greatly diminishes existing barriers in human communication. Guys, इसको पढ़ लेना, read कर लेना. Basically, this is a new technology of Microsoft in which a hologram will be there. It may be your hologram or somewhere someone else, and it will convert your conversion, your voice, your text to multiple different language as well as it can translate. Okay. तो holography क्या है? One question: what is holography? Holography is a photographic technique that records the light scattered from an object and then present it in a way that appears three-dimensional. Holograms pop up in movies such as Star Wars and Iron Man. I hope maximum आप लोगों ने देखी होगी. So this is chapter beta. I hope this chapter is finished. Nothing is there. Some MCQs are there and short answer are there. So first you will find out the answer of MCQs, okay, and we will discuss in next class. Clear? Or you will one more thing you can do. You can find out the answer of MCQs, and then this is your homework to find out the answer of MCQs, and you will not mark on your book as well as not mark right on your copy. Just mark as a question 1 answer A, question 2 answer B, question 3 answer C, and send with a snapshot. And finally, after 1 or 2 days, I will send the right answer of this MCQs. Then you will write it on your copy. Thanks for watching. Subscribe the channel if not yet subscribed. This is a 14 or 15 minutes video. Just watch it, and after that we will start Google Meet.